welcome, man. Oh, here it is, right here. Right here, guys. Welcome back to the channel. Y'all recognize this? Chrysler Pacifica. No, guys, not the minivan. Remember the Pacifica? That was a version of the Pacifica back, came out in '04. I think it hung around to '08, maybe. And then, of course, we didn't hear nothing from the brand Pacifica until 2017 when it showed up looking like a minivan. It showed back up looking like a minivan. Okay, so in 2017 through current, there's a minivan version of the Pacifica. This is the old body style Pacifica. I have one of these. They did well, guys. The thinking was, let's build a Jeep / minivan. A lot of people didn't want the soccer mom looking van, but they wanted a vehicle with just as much room that appeared to look like a Jeep. So they made a Jeep and a minivan into one body style, and they came out with the Pacifica. It did good for them back in that time frame, during that era. It did very well. All right, why is this in? Why are we here, JT? Noise, supposedly. I don't know. I guess we about to find out. Noise when running, they say up there under the engine area. So before I take it in, I'm gonna see if I can duplicate it. Let's start it up. Well, turn all this off. I don't hear nothing out of the ordinary. Oh, take that back. I do hear something out of the ordinary. Let's see if we can visually see. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Alrighty, guys. Y'all hear that? Something, hold on, let me move this couple. Already moved. Alright, guys. From the looks of this and the sound of this, look like the alternator bearing is shot. And based on the appearance of, see all this brown stuff around in this area? See how that pulley bouncing around? Very well could be. Oh yeah, you can feel the. Oh man, let me turn it off. That's a no-no, guys. These battery clamps. All right, make sure if you're gonna do that, make sure it's tight. Let me shut this down. Okay, that was excessively loud. Now, from the looks of it, it looks like the noise coming from the alternator, guys, but oh yeah, this headed. Y'all can't see it, but I can feel the, and like I say, all this debris right here, the bearing. The sun is blocking my good view, guys. Yeah, that alternator coming apart. Now, what I'm gonna do, because remember how I told y'all in the last video, watch this video right here where we was diagnosing noises. I highly suggest you remove the belt and see if the noise go away. If the noise goes away, then yeah, you know we chasing the noise is likely one of the accessories. Whatever this belt operates, when you remove the belt and the noise go away, the problem is whatever the belt was rotating, turning. Okay, so I still have to go in the shop and go through the motions, guys. You know, a customer paid an hour diagnostic time. I'm gonna give them an hour of diagnosing and looking over their car. This is a timing belt driven engine. We're gonna take a look at that. I didn't take a peek at the mileage, but I gotta take it in the shop and look it over completely. I'm not just gonna write up alternator right here because I see that could very well be the problem, but we're gonna go through the motions and the steps like you're supposed to. All right, so I tell y'all what, hold tight, man. I'll be right back. Don't go anywhere. Stay tuned. Alrighty, guys, real quick, y'all see this old model Jeep Liberty? All right, I sent a guy here to help her to jump this thing off, bring it in the shop. They said it was dead. He got my jump box. He come out here and then he come back in the shop and tell me that's a no-go. Something don't look right. He don't know what to do. And guys, I'm kind of glad he came back and asked me about this, because I want y'all to look at something. Y'all see this? This battery, guys, typical battery, right? On each battery there will be a positive side and a negative side. His problem was he didn't know which side was positive and which side was negative. That's why I'm glad he came and got me, guys, because you can destroy this or you can destroy the electrical system by putting it on the wrong port. Take a look at this. All right, nowhere, both of these are black. Normally, typically we'll look at the color, but both of these are black. And normally when it's still hard to find, I would just trace the wiring cable, but both of these join into bigger harness. So how do you tell? All right, I don't know, guys. Well, turn out, just do this, guys. Look up under here. You can see a plus right here and you can see a negative right here. Alrighty, guys. 06, 07 Dodge Charger. Y'all know, typical 3.5, guys. Y'all see this? This just spins around. It would not tighten up. So you know what they want? An oil pan. It's not that bad, right? Drop the rack, lower the rack a little bit. It's got a cool on it, which make it a little difficult, but all in all, it's not that bad. But I'm telling y'all what I'm pissed off about, man. That's right, I'm pissed off, man. Take a look at this, man. This is the part they got me, right? Oil pan, all right? No big deal, right? Yeah, but it's the kind of oil pan that they got me. Get a load of this. Oh my goodness, man. Why would they insult me like this, guys? This is a Derman freaking oil pan. Now, will it work? You know, Derman, I don't know about their oil pans. They be tripping sometimes. So I don't know if this Derman oil pan will work, but look. Oh my goodness. Now, what kind of gasket? Oh, this thing dripped overnight. Felpro gasket and a Derman oil pan. All right, Derman, you got one time. Don't fail me. Or you know what? Your days are numbered. Alrighty, guys, real quick. Let's talk about some tools. Y'all see this? Fancy hook tool, guys, used to take this hose clamp or this hose off right here. Now, I had to get this clamp off first, guys. Now I have a tool to install the new clamp right here. Okay, in fact, here is the new clamp. All right, so I got a lot of stuff going on here, but for number one, this tool right here, this hook. Let's talk about this hook, guys. It is needed to break the seal of this hose right here. This is very much, it's been on so long, it's almost feel like it's sealed up. All right, now I don't know if I can get this off with in this little time that I have on this short video. But some people may not know how to use this. All right, I'm not a tool expert, but yeah, just get it under there. May work out for me. Oh, look at that. There you go. All right, this tool right here. You don't have no twisting room, so you almost gotta have a tool. All right, y'all stay tuned. Alrighty, guys, real quick, 3.2 Cherokee P012A thermostat, guys. I got the new one on it. Here's the old one. Yes, it even started leaking. All right, we had this incident with this clamp, guys. Watch one of my past videos concerning this clamp. But now I'm done, guys. This job is done. At least the thermostat is on. All right, now it's time to make sure we have no air pockets. Let's get that out. Y'all see what I'm about to use right here? Mopar, guys. Antifreeze. This is the 10-year antifreeze this car calls for. Will other antifreeze work? Absolutely. This is my antifreeze of choice, okay, for this particular car. All right, I do not use Derman antifreeze. This is mine. It's that big old M. Yes, guys. All right, it's enough clowning around, JT. Let's get this. Guys, y'all know the drill. You put this in until the coolant come out. All right, I'm out of time on the short videos. So as long as y'all understand my motive here, all right, I gotta go. That's all I have.